Are you burning yourself out with your yes? And what I mean by that is when people come to you and they ask you to do something, you say yes because you are a people pleaser. You don't want to disappoint others. And after you say that yes, you are frustrated later because you're angry that you're doing something for somebody else's agenda instead of doing what you truly want to do in your life. What's up, it's Gene, your coach and motivated impact storyteller. This is Genius Motivation and Self-Discipline Coaching. And today I want to talk to you guys about 3 ways to stop burning yourself out with your yes. You see, a lot of us will be pursuing our dreams right now, but we don't have the energy because we're saying yes to so many other people's agenda because we want to please them. We don't want to disappoint them, and it is robbing us of the opportunities to work on our goals and dreams. You see, I used to be a person that used to always say yes. I used to burn myself out trying to please others, didn't want to disappoint them, and it was keeping me from going after my dream. But I am going to tell you what helped me to break myself free of that so I can live my dream today. You see, 10 years ago, I was in charge of this exercise clinic, and one day, one of my patients came up to me named Miss Smith. And Miss Smith was somebody that had came to me. She was going through her chemo with cancer. She had put on some weight, and I helped her get back on her feet as well as lose a lot of that weight. So she came to me, she said, "Gene, would you be willing to come to my church this Sunday?" And I said, "Absolutely, I will come." So I went to her church, and when I walked in, she introduced me to her pastor. Now, our pastor was about 6'3". This guy was almost 300 pounds. He looked at me and said, "Hey man, I see what you did for Miss Smith." And we was talking about this. "I would like for you to come to this church for the next 2 months and do a aerobic program for my congregation." Now, I looked into the congregation. A lot of these people were, morbidly obese. Some of them had disabilities. And I knew from an expertise and a legal standpoint, there was no way I was going to be able to help all these people. So I looked at the pastor. I said, "Hey, man, I am so happy that you have so much confidence in me, but I'm going to have to say no." Now, right after I said that no, I made a major mistake that many of us make that are people pleasers. I started going into a long explanation on why I said no. So I started telling him from a legal standpoint, I can't do it. I would have to get doctor's notes from all your people in your congregation. You got 200 people. And the more I started explaining myself, I can see in this guy's eyes, he was not taking my no seriously. So then he said to me, "You know what, man, just go ahead and come here and do it. You'll be doing God's work. We ain't going to be able to pay you, but you'll be doing something for the kingdom." And he started going on and on and on with what I call religious manipulation. But I said to him again, I said, "No, man, I'm not going to be able to do it." He said, "Okay." But instead of him just taking my no for what it was, he decided to take it to another level. He got up and he did his sermon, and after it was over, he said to the congregation, "Hey, we got Gene Mosley in the house today, and he's here with Miss Smith. He's the one that helped Miss Smith as she was going through her cancer treatments. He helped her get on her feet. He helped her lose that weight. And he and I was talking, and he's thinking about coming here and doing a aerobic program for the next 2 months for here at this congregation." Now, when this man did this, I'm not gonna lie, I was extremely angry. I was like, I just told this man no. And now he's trying to pressure me to doing something I didn't want to do. So now I know I already made that major mistake of saying no and giving a long explanation. Now I'm in a situation where I can either give in to this man's pressure or I can stick to my no. So the pastor asked me, say, "Gene, why don't you come up here and talk to the congregation a couple minutes?" And so I walked up there to talk to the congregation. I'm thinking to myself, okay, what I'm going to say. And I made up my mind I was going to stick to my no, even if it pisses this guy off. So I walked up to the front of the congregation. He gave me the microphone, and I said to him, I said, "Hey, yes, I had Miss Smith. She worked very hard, and I just heard your pastor say that I was thinking about coming here for the next 2 months to help you all with a aerobic program. I did not say that. I specifically told your pastor no, and it's no. I will not be doing a aerobic program here at this church." And it was total silence after I said that, and I could see a lot of the congregants looking at the pastor. Someone was looking at me. It was a very uncomfortable situation. But then I gave the microphone back to him, and I could see the angry look on his face. I went sat back down. And once he dismissed everybody, he came up to me and said, man, you know, I was kind of embarrassed that you said no like that in front of everybody. And I said, sir, I told you no, and you decided to go up and try to pressure me. So therefore, I decided to let you know I was going to stick to my no. You see, if you want to keep yourself from burning yourself out by telling everybody yes, you have to be willing to tell people no quickly, number one, because when you tell people no quickly, it allows them to realize that your time is valuable and you just don't throw it out to anybody else's agenda. And see, number two, if you're going to give an explanation, make sure it's short. It should not be long at all, because the longer you explain yourself, the more that person is going to doubt your no. So you can just tell them no and let that be it. And if you give an explanation, it should not be long at all. And number three, you must stick to your no. I don't care how much pressure somebody give you. I don't care how much guilt, how much manipulation. You must stick to your no. Because the moment that you say yes after you said no to something, and you know you're doing it because you're being pressured, that lets that person know they can pressure you to say yes to anything they want you to do. And that's going to lead to more yeses and lead to you being more frustrated and angry and burning yourself out with your own yes because you weren't willing to stick to your no. And if you take these three things I just shared with you in this video, if you say no quickly, if you don't give long explanations, and if you stick with your no's, you will not burn yourself with your yes, and you can start going after your dreams that you deserve in your life because you are worthy to be great. Peace.